Hello, dear students. Very good morning to one and all. How are you feeling? Are you enjoying the sessions? Are you understanding and following me? Very fine, very fine. Thank you. We will continue with the hydraulic turbines itself, under which we will study today specific speed. What is specific speed? What is its significance? And we shall solve some numerical problem on that. Okay? You see the figure here, first of all, before we go in detail. This is the Francis turbine actual. Let us change the color because that is also black, this is also black. Let us change the color. These are the dimensions for actual turbine. That is runner. This is the dimensions for a specific runner of Francis turbine. Similarly, this is the actual and this is the specific of Pelton wheel, the dimensions. Okay. Now, what is specific speed? The specific speed of a turbine is defined as the speed of a turbine which is identical, which should be identical in shape, geometrical dimensions, blade angles, gate opening, etc., which would develop unit power when working under a unit head. It is known as specific speed. Specific speed of a turbine is nothing but the speed of the turbine which is identical in shape, geometrical dimensions, blade angles, gate opening, etc., which would develop unit power when working under a unit head. That means P is equal to 1 kilowatt, that is power. H is equal to 1 meter. The speed N is considered as specific speed Ns. That's all the difference. Speed is denoted by capital N. Specific speed is denoted by N suffix S. When we can write Ns in place of N? When P is equal to 1 kilowatt and H is equal to 1 meter. That is net head or effective head. Remember. Okay. We shall continue. Next slide. We shall continue with next slide. In the expression, we need to find the relationship of specific speed Ns with speed N, power P and head H. Let P be the shaft power. Let capital Q be the discharge through the turbine in meter cube per second. H is the head under which a turbine is working, that means net head. W is the weight density of water, rho into G, where rho is the mass density. G is the acceleration due to gravity. This we can call it as weight density of water. D is the diameter of the actual turbine, whereas ds is the diameter of the specific turbine. That is shown in the figure. N is equal to speed of actual turbine. U is equal to tangential velocity of the turbine. Ns is the specific speed of the turbine. And V is the absolute velocity of water. So some part I used to leave on students only, so that they get an opportunity to turn the pages and see what sir has told in the class. He asked us to see the figure and get acquainted with the terminologies or dimensions of the turbine and what it is. Curiosity will be created in your mind and you will at least keep in touch with the study. That is the reason behind which we used to leave certain minimum part on your head as a home assignment work. Right? You need not have to submit it for yourself. Okay? Fine. Next. The overall efficiency eta suffix O of any turbine we know is given by shaft power to water power. Power available at the shaft of the turbine to power supplied at the inlet of the turbine. That is nothing but equal to capital P divided by WQH. Now select one variable from this equation, that is, say, power. You select one variable, P is equal to, we can rewrite this equation as overall efficiency multiplied by WQH. Okay. In the above equation, W and overall efficiency are constant. Therefore, we can write power is equal to, power instead of is equal to, power is proportional to capital Q multiplied by capital H. We call this equation as 1. This will be using last but one step to get the expression for specific speed Ns. Okay. We need to keep only Ns, N, P and H in the relationship. Are you understanding me? We should not keep none of the other parameter in the equations to get specific speed expression. Here P and H are there in equation 1. For example, I am making you to understand the concept. P and H is observed in the equation 1, whereas Q is not P or H or N. That's why that Q is to be converted in terms of any N, P and H. Therefore, find the value of Q in terms of N, P, H. For that, what we are required to do? Q is proportional to area into velocity, we know it. Let us consider that equation as 2. Velocity we know CV into under the root 2gh, which implies V is proportional to H as CV and root 2 are constants. Area is equal to pi d squared by 4 or B into D, which implies area is proportional to D squared, but U is equal to pi dn by 60 we know, which implies U is proportional to dn. 60 and pi are constant. Every time I need not have to say. To start with, in two steps I have said. Okay. Also, U is equal to, we know, Ku, that is speed ratio, multiplied by 2gh, where h is the net or effective head. I am speaking about those parameters with explanation every time. Please remember, h is net head or effective head. Therefore, U is proportional to root h. Equation 3 now, root h is proportional to dn. Am I right? You can write in terms of root h. Root h is proportional to dn. Therefore, d is proportional to root h divided by capital N. Now, a is proportional to d squared here in this step. Therefore, a is proportional to d root h divided by d is nothing but root h by n. So, root h by n whole squared, because it is d squared here. Put values of v and a in equation 2. In this equation, you substitute the values of v and a. We get q is proportional to root h upon n whole squared multiplied by root h. Therefore, q is proportional to h to the power of 3 by 2 divided by n squared. Put this value in equation 1. What is the previous equation 1? You have to see the previous equation 1. 1 is nothing but power is directly proportional to q into h. So, in that equation, you have to substitute. So, if you substitute, what you will get, we will see. What we will get, we will see. Q is proportional to h to the power of 3 by 2 upon n squared. Therefore, P is proportional to Q into h, we know from equation 1. Substitute here. Therefore, P is proportional to h to the power of 3 by 2 divided by n squared multiplied by h. If you simplify this, you will get P is proportional to h to the power of 5 by 2 divided by n squared. Now, P is equal to kh to the power of 5 by 2. Remove the proportionality constant. Therefore, you have to use the constant of proportionality. Let us consider k is the constant of proportionality. Then we can write power P is equal to k h to the power of 5 by 2 divided by n squared, where k is constant of proportionality. Now, according to the definition, when h is equal to 1 meter and p is equal to 1 kilowatt, n should be ns. That's all. Here you substitute. P is equal to 1 kilowatt. K constant you write as it is, you have to find out. H, put the value of 1 to the power of 5 by 2 means 1 only, divided by n is nothing but ns, so ns squared, which implies k is equal to ns squared. Put this value in above equation, we get p is equal to, in which equation? In this equation. In this equation. Here. P is equal to ns squared h to the power of 5 by 2 divided by n squared. Therefore, ns is equal to n root p divided by h to the power of 5 by 4. The same formula we have used in the last class when the question in the numerical problem was asked, what is the specific speed? I said, take it as granted that you are aware. Now you came to know. Am I right? Is it clear? If at all you have any doubts, you put forward on any platform. We are ready to solve it and convince you. Otherwise, in the next class, you raise the question. We are ready to answer to you. Okay? Next slide. Specific speed ns, turbine selection means, we have already said in the second class perhaps, selection of turbine is also based on specific speed apart from head, direction of flow, etc. etc. For Pelton wheel, 8.5 to 30 specific speed, up to 43 with double jet, this is for single jet. Francis turbine 50 to 340, Kaplan turbine 255 to 860. We can classify. Suppose in a numerical problem, if it is asked which type of turbine it is, you have to first of all calculate the specific speed. If it lies in between these two values, say for example 185 as the specific speed ns value you get, then you have to write, since this is between 50 and 340, the turbine is Francis turbine, you have to write. That's all. You will get marks. And you will have knowledge. I mean, marks means knowledge. So, now, specific speed significance we will see. What is the significance or importance of this? Why we are required to determine specific speed? One is, based on specific speed, we can classify the turbine. That is the basic significance of specific speed are used. What are further? Specific speed play an important role in the selection of the type of turbine that I have said without reading the sentence. By knowing the specific speed of turbine, the performance of turbine can also be predicted. So it is useful in predicting the performance of the turbine. If a runner of high specific speed is used for a given head and power output, the overall cost of installation is lower. This is important point and important significance. If a runner of high specific speed is used for a given head and power output, the overall cost of installation is lower. At the same time, the runner of too high specific speed, I will put it in the different color. Too high specific speed with high available head increases the cost. Too high head and too high specific speed increases the cost of turbine on account of, what is the reason? On account of mechanical strength required. High mechanical strength is required. That means this is not positive significance, negative. The runner of too low specific speed with low available head increases the cost of generator due to the low turbine speed and hence this is also not of good significance. The first 3 points are having positive sense, latter two is negative significance. Okay, further numerical problems we will see. Numerical problem. A turbine is to operate under a head of 25 meter at 200 rpm. The discharge is 9 meter cube per second. If the overall efficiency is 90% or 0.9, determine 1. Power generated, specific speed of the turbine and type of turbine. You see, type of turbine. Solution. Given data. Head is given as 25 meter. Write it in the symbol. Speed n is 200 rpm. Discharge Q is equal to 9 meter cube per second. Overall efficiency, that is eta suffix O, is 90%, means 0.9. Power generated P is equal to, we know, efficiency overall multiplied by rho G Q H. Substitute everything, you will get power in kilowatt, 1986.5. Specific speed of the turbine Ns is given by N multiplied by root P divided by h to the power of 5 by 4. You formula you have to remember somehow, and you write the formula, substitute the values, you will get specific speed in RPM 159.4. Type of turbine. As the specific speed lies in this range, is it not? In this range, we will get (159). The specific speed lies between 50 and 340. The turbine is Francis turbine. Okay, so in that way you have to solve. Only this one step. This is for 5 to 6 marks. Easily you can fetch 5 to 6 marks. But you have to make correct and proper hard study. You should develop your memory remembrance power. That means memory power should be developed sharp. In that case, it is possible. Okay, next problem we will see. In a hydroelectric station, water is available at the rate of 175 meter cube per second under a head of 18 meter. This is discharge Q. This is head, capital H, net head. The turbines run at a speed of 150 rpm. That means capital N is equal to 150 with overall efficiency 82%. Find the number of turbines required if they have the maximum specific speed of 460. This is a numerical problem appeared in GATE exam. That's why in bracket it has been written GATE. Solution. Given data you write Q is equal to 175 meter cube per second, H is equal to 18 meter, N is equal to 150 rpm, overall efficiency 82%, specific speed given 460. Number of turbines required is to be calculated. Am I right? Therefore, I will pick up another color pen. Maximum power that can be generated divided by power that can be generated under specific conditions. Maximum power that can be generated, PM is equal to efficiency overall multiplied by rho multiplied by G multiplied by Q multiplied by H. You will get 25339.23 kilowatt. Power generated under specific conditions, Ns is equal to N divided by root P h to the power of 5 by 4. All values are known except P. Calculate P. You will get 12,927.5 kilowatt. Number of turbines required is nothing but PM divided by P. PM is general turbine, whereas P is corresponding to power corresponding to specific. Therefore, number of turbines must be equal to first value corresponding to the power divided by second value for the power, that will be equal to 1.96. However, never we can imagine or expect that turbine will be of zero 0.8 times, 0.9 times. So 1.96 means it should be 2. Right? Even if you get 1.4 or 1.38, you have to take it as 2 only, not lower value. Higher value should be taken. There are so many other numerical problems. Right? Thank you for watching. We have uploaded so many numerical problems which have been solved also. For the initial stages, it is better you can refer and write it on paper. Write it on paper so that you will be practiced. You will be practiced, and then without looking into the notes in the form of PPT or in the form of PDF notes, without looking into that, you can solve the problem. Okay, we'll stop here. Have a nice day.